the UFC, the Pac-12 and Big Ten championships, the World Series, the NFC Championship, the Daytona 500, the U.S. Open Championship, and the FIFA Women's World Cup. The world's biggest events are on Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports!
Hey, welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota for the 85th Major League Baseball All-Star Game. I'm inside the American League clubhouse, and look who you get to see. You got Triple Crown winner Miguel Cabrera right here. Yeah, that's you. You go over here on this side, you got the kid, Mike Trout. Not even 23, this guy. He's about to play in his third All-Star game, might be one of the best to ever play this game. And then over here in the corner by his former teammate, Robinson Cano, you got the captain, Derek Jeter, 14th and...
Enough stuff. We got a game to play, bro.
Okay, here we go. All-Star game starts now on Fox.
Welcome to the show, the big time. There are billions of stars in the universe. There are just 70 stars on this one night. One evening each summer, they all make the journey. They are the royalty of their time, and this is their passion. At the peak of their profession, they think right, they look right, they play right. You want stats? All roll big numbers. Pitching, hitting, loving the glove. Filled with pride. Escape the ordinary. Enjoy the extraordinary. The gifted on a diamond, lush and green. Beneath the lights, before the eyes of millions. This is the show. Stars in the company of an icon.
Target Field in Minneapolis, normally the home to the Twins, tonight the home to baseball's greatest players, the MLB All-Star pregame show on Fox, and it's sponsored by Chevrolet. The main concourse in right field by our set at Target Field. They are fired up to see the 2014 All-Star Game right here on Fox. Come on in. There you go. Good to see you. Look at the cast I have with me. It's Frank Thomas, the Hall of Famer. It's Gabe Kapler, and I am Kevin Burkhardt. We've got the All-Star Game. All kinds of fired up for it as well. Frank, you played in these games before. Why is it so special?
It's a magical night. The best of the best are here. You want to be at your best because the world is watching. It gets no better than that for a player.
Yeah, there's so many reasons to love this game, but for me, it's what's at stake. Josh Donaldson is going to be rooting for Miguel Cabrera and vice versa. For the first time, they are genuinely going to be on each other's side, pulling the rope in the same direction. It doesn't get better than tonight.
One of the brightest stars tonight is a guy who's only 22 years old. He's on the field right now with Aaron Andrews. It's Mike Trout, EA.
Hi, Kevin. Yeah, at 22 years old, and you were joking with our crew yesterday, I feel like an old vet, your third straight time at an All-Star Game. You're not an old vet yet, but what will be different your third time here at the All-Star Game versus the last two?
Yeah, I was very fortunate to see Mariano go last year, and now Jeter tonight. It's going to be something special. We're going to have a great crowd here in Minnesota, and I'm looking forward to it.
And your first year, I interviewed you, and you were saying goodbye to Chipper. It was Chipper's last year, yeah. So speaking of Derek Jeter, saying goodbye at the All-Star Game for the final time, what are you going to take from being on the field with him for the very last time?
I'm just trying to enjoy every moment of it, and it's very special for me, for the teammates, and just being a part of it's awesome.
All right, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. All right, Kevin, back over to you.
Aaron, thanks. We'll see you a little bit later in the broadcast. Over the past 20 seasons, Derek Jeter has etched his way into our conscious with breathtaking plays and unbelievable class. Some of Jeter's biggest fans in the sports entertainment world paying tribute now to the captain.
Derek Jeter is baseball in the purest sense of the word.
It means to baseball, you know, what Michael Jordan meant to basketball.
What's all good about the game?
Class, leadership, righteousness, a whole lot of good things, man.
Just an iconic figure. He transcends baseball.
He's just one of those perfect persons.
It doesn't matter what state you're from. It doesn't matter what country you're from. You all root for the captain.
Number 2, Derek Jeter.
You can make it in this city. You can make it anywhere. He made it look easy.
Jeter with one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see.
Going from shortstop to the first base line and catching it and throwing it backhand to the catcher for the tag.
When he dove head first into the stands to catch that foul ball.
Oh, what a play by Derek Jeter.
I thought, my God, he's going to kill himself.
My favorite moment.
3,000 with an exclamation point.
And as Derek comes around second base, he did something he never does on a baseball field. He smiled.
He is a hero of mine, even though he's younger than me.
He's going to stay with us just like the great ones have generations ahead of him.
You've been everything we ever hoped for. Good luck to you. There'll never be another one like Derek Jeter.
Still to come, we've got Derek Jeter, Cabrera, Trout, the starting lineup for the American and the National League. Plus, a special performance from Tony Award winner Idina Menzel. You know her, of course, from the movie Frozen. And our Harold Reynolds goes one-on-one with the man of the hour who tells us why tonight's game is so special. Jeter one-on-one when we come back on Fox.
Find summer, the Chevy Summer Drive. Get 0% financing for 72 months plus a total value of $4,000 on this 2014 Silverado All-Star Edition and no monthly payments until the end of summer. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Now, Arm & Hammer dials fresh all the way up to our freshest ever with Clean Sensations detergent. Boosted with baking soda plus nature-inspired scents, it gives you a brilliant clean plus a vibrant freshness that lasts. Clean Sensations. Love it or your money back.
Hey man, how do I eat this extra long barbecue cheeseburger?
Dude, it's a burger. You just eat it. Oh, I see. Do you start from the short side or the long side?
I'll go long.
All right, I'll go short.
There's no wrong way to eat the new extra long barbecue cheeseburger, and now you can get any 2 sandwiches for just $5 only at Burger King.
Retirement Solutions from New York Life can help you keep good going.
The secret then? Baking soda. Now, this little power pack. Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean Ultra Power. The power of baking soda plus OxyClean stain fighters for a whiter, brighter clean. And save up to 30% versus the leading pod. Ultra Power. Big clean. Small price.
Hey, throw me a Pepsi.
The cooler! Introducing new wild cherry and vanilla Pepsi made with real sugar.
Gotcha! Who wants a drink?
A real big summer starts with new flavors of Pepsi made with real sugar. Grab some before it gets away.
Get the Pepsi!
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Chevrolet. Find new roads. By Pepsi. Make this a real big summer with Pepsi. Live for now. And by T-Mobile. We get set for the All-Star game, and Felix Hernandez getting the start for the American League. He's getting down to the bullpen, getting set to get the start tonight for the American League against Adam Wainwright. All right, it should be fun. We're moments away from that. Meanwhile, this will mark Derek Jeter's 14th and final All-Star appearance. Besides the championship pedigree, Jeter's also known for being private and protective. But tonight, he opens up to our own Harold Reynolds in a very candid conversation.
Derek Jeter! Oh, what a play!
One of the most unbelievable plays you will ever
dragonfly ran away, but it came back with a story to say.
Any player that tells you they don't want to play an All-Star game or they could care less about an All-Star game, they're lying to you, because it's an honor and it's a privilege. I've had an opportunity to play in a few of them, and each one has been special.
Now this is your 14th, but which one stands out of the 14?
They're all different. They're special moments. I remember in '99 being in Boston when all the great players came, and I had a tap on my shoulder, and it was Hank Aaron. And Hank Aaron said, "Hey, I was looking for you. I wanted to meet you." I was like, "What? What's wrong with you, man? You want to meet me? It's Hank Aaron."
40 years old, man.
I don't feel 40. I may look 40, I may move around like I'm 40, but in my head, I'm still younger.
Still looking good, man.
I still feel like a kid, man. And we're playing a kid's game. That's the bottom line. And if you can't enjoy yourself and feel like a kid when you're out there playing baseball, then something's wrong with you.
Joe DiMaggio said if someone comes to see me play, I'm going to give them my best. He was kind of taking that to heart, though, right?
Yeah, I firmly believe that it doesn't take any talent to play hard. I mean, you play for 3 hours a day. You have, 4 or 5 at-bats. Why can't you play hard, man? That's just the approach that I've always had. And there's always someone's going to be better, more talented. There's no reason someone should outwork you or play harder.
You've passed so many milestones.
For 72 years, Lou Gehrig has been the Yankees' all-time hits leader. Now it's Derek Jeter. 3,000 history with an exclamation point.
You're halfway there to the finish line of the season. Are you starting to reflect?
It's very, very difficult for me to think about the end of something when I'm still in the middle of it. I try to focus on every game that we play every day and not focus on the past. That's probably not a good way to do things, but that's just the way I've been able to do it. I have a long time to reflect when the season's over with. But at the moment, I'm focusing day in and day out. I try to not allow myself to think about it.
Well, Jeter's certainly been here before, but when he's gotten here, he's been clutch. 11 hits, the most by any Yankee in All-Star game play. Just unbelievable. Now we have a little inside look for you. This is really cool. Moments ago in the American League clubhouse, manager John Farrell.
Tonight's going to be enough of a spectacle for you, but I think we've got some unique opportunity here to share this moment with you.
It's an honor. It's a privilege to be here. To the guys, the younger guys that are getting an opportunity to come to their first, enjoy it, because I can tell you firsthand that this is a fun experience. You should share it with your families, your friends. Remember it. You don't know how many of these you're going to get an opportunity to play in. More importantly, remember every time you put your uniform on, because trust me, it goes quickly.
Man, that's really cool. What a great inside look that is. You guys both played against Derek Jeter. What sets them apart?
Well, you see the warm, personal nature, both in that piece with Harold and in his clubhouse speech. There's a reason this guy earned the nickname Mr. November. It's because he stays cool, calm, and collected under pressure. But he's got his work cut out for him tonight, fellas, as the fans are going to try to draw that emotion out of him. When he's at home at Yankee Stadium and they call for a curtain call, he could wave him off. But here tonight, they are not going to let him get away with it. They probably want to see some tears.
For me, I think class, clutch, champion. I competed a lot against this guy. He's been in the biggest stage of the world his whole career for 20 years, and he's handled it flawless. I got nothing but utmost respect for Derek Jeter's career.
Frank, one thing he said to Harold there is, you would think simple, but it's not always simple. Why can't you play hard? Why can't everybody have that mantra? It seems so right.
Well, Derek had a lot of motivation in his life and his career, because in New York, championships are going to focus every year of that team, and they put him in position every year with great teammates to have a chance to win a championship every year. He set the tone. He is the captain. He's done one heck of a job his entire career.
And Frank talked about setting the tone, and that's exactly what he was doing in that clubhouse. I don't know if you looked around to the other faces, but they were hanging on Derek Jeter's every word, and I would be too. I'd be speechless to be looking up at John Farrell Carroll talking to me, and then the captain, Derek Jeter, I'd be hanging on his every word.
You know, I think the cool thing, we've seen it last year, Mariano Rivera, he takes the mound. He's the only one out there. What a way to respect him and send him off. I am really curious to see how the All-Stars send Derek Jeter off tonight, but guess what? You're going to have to tune on in and keep it tuned on throughout the night to see it on Fox. And a reminder, we stay tuned during the All-Star game. We've got a special preview of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's in theaters August 1st, so you want to stay tuned for that. The player introductions on the field at Target Field. All-Star game on Fox. We're coming back.
Moments I will never forget the moment, and the story goes on.
It's time for a joyride. Take the T-Mobile test drive. We'll give you a 4G LTE phone for 7 days. Then see how much you can download, post, and stream on the network designed Data Strong. Enjoy the power of the T-Mobile network free for 7 days. T-Mobile test drive, free for 7 days. Sign up at T-Mobile.com/test drive.
War isn't coming to Sleepy Hollow. It's been here all along.
We didn't travel through 2 centuries to die in a pine box.
They've been planning this since before the birth of our nation.
This is war.
Everyone thinks if I were in charge, the world would be a better place. This fall, Fox says, prove it. 15 total strangers will get just 1 year to build an entire society from scratch. Sound fun? Oh, it will be for everyone watching, and we'll get to see everything. Utopia, the social experiment, begins Sunday, September 7th on Fox.
The MLB All-Star Game pregame show on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet. First, let's meet the National League All-Star team. The coaches from the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Gonzalez. And from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Clint Hurdle. And now the players. From the Arizona Diamondbacks, Miguel Montero. From the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman. Craig Kimbrell. And Julio Teheran. From the Chicago Cubs, Starlin Castro. And Anthony Rizzo. From the Cincinnati Reds, Todd Frazier. Alfredo Simon. Devin Mesoraco. Johnny Cueto. And Aroldis Chapman. From the Colorado Rockies, Charlie Blackmon. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, Dee Gordon. Zach Greinke. And Clayton Kershaw. From the Miami Marlins, Henderson Alvarez. From the Milwaukee Brewers, Francisco Rodriguez. From the New York Mets, Daniel Murphy. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, Josh Harrison. And Tony Watson. From the St. Louis Cardinals, Matt Carpenter. And from the Park Center Pirates, his high school in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, Pat Neshek. From the San Diego Padres, Houston Street. And Tyson Ross. From the San Francisco Giants, Hunter Pence. Tim Hudson. And Madison Bumgarner. From the Washington Nationals, Tyler Clippard. And elected to the National League All-Star team by his fellow players, but traded to Oakland on the 4th of July. So he can't play in this game, but give him a big round of applause. It's Jeff Samardzija. Now let's meet the American League All-Star team. First, the coaches from the Cleveland Indians, Terry Francona. And from your Minnesota Twins in his 13th year, Ron Gardenhire. And now the players from the Baltimore Orioles, Matt Wieters. From the Boston Red Sox, Koji Uehara. And getting loose in the outfield, John Lester. From the Chicago White Sox, Alexi Ramirez. Chris Sale. And the rookie, Jose Abreu. From the Cleveland Indians, Michael Brantley. From the Detroit Tigers, Ian Kinsler. Max Scherzer. And Victor Martinez. From the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. From the Kansas City Royals, Alex Gordon. And Greg Holland. From the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Eric Ibar. Here you go, Minnesota. From your Minnesota Twins, Kurt Suzuki. And he's from Lakeville, pitcher Glenn Perkins. And from the New York Yankees, Dellin Betances. From the Oakland Athletics, Scott Kazmir. Derek Norris. Brandon Moss. Back-to-back home run derby champ, Yoenis Cespedes. And Sean Doolittle. From the Seattle Mariners, Kyle Seager. And Fernando Rodney. From the Tampa Bay Rays, David Price. From the Texas Rangers, Yu Darvish. And Adrian Beltre. From the Toronto Blue Jays, Mark Burley. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2013 National League champion St. Louis Cardinals, Mike Matheny. Leading off and playing center field from the Pittsburgh Pirates, the reigning MVP in the NL, Andrew McCutchen. Batting second and playing right field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Yasiel Puig. Batting third, the shortstop from the Colorado Rockies, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting fourth, the first baseman from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from the Miami Marlins, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Milwaukee Brewers, Aramis Ramirez. Batting seventh and playing second base from the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. Batting eighth and out in the bullpen, the catcher from the Milwaukee Brewers, Jonathan Lucroy. And batting ninth, playing left field, you know him from the Milwaukee Brewers, Carlos Gomez. The starting pitcher from the St. Louis Cardinals, Adam Wainwright. Now to the other side as we meet the American League manager and starting lineup. First, the manager from the 2013 World Series champion Boston Red Sox, John Farrell. Leading off and playing shortstop in his 14th and final All-Star game, the captain from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Batting second, playing left field from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Mike Trout. Batting third, the second baseman from the Seattle Mariners, Robinson Cano. Batting cleanup and playing first base from the Detroit Tigers, reigning AL MVP, Miguel Cabrera. Batting fifth and playing right field from the Toronto Blue Jays, top vote getter, Jose Bautista. Batting sixth, the designated hitter from the Baltimore Orioles, Nelson Cruz. Batting seventh and playing center field for the Baltimore Orioles, Adam Jones. Batting eighth and playing third base from the Oakland Athletics, Josh Donaldson. Batting ninth, out in the bullpen, the catcher from the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. And the starting pitcher from the Seattle Mariners warming up, getting ready, Felix Hernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 American League and National League All-Stars. There is nothing more essential than what takes place within the walls of a classroom. Nothing more vital to the future success of our children, our communities, and our nation. And there is no one more important than those we entrust to shape that future and to nurture those hopes and dreams. those who have dedicated their lives to care for what matters most, to which the rest of us can respond in only one way, to thank them. Tonight we welcome 30 remarkable teachers who were selected by their peers, their students, and fans across Major League Baseball as Target presents People All-Star Teachers. They stir our imagination, ignite our curiosity, and to quote Minnesota native Bob Dylan, they build a ladder to the stars. As these all-star teachers join us on the field, please welcome Broadway film and television star Idina Menzel to sing Bob Dylan's classic song, Forever Young.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always see the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb up every rung. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. And may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young.
Please join us in congratulating the 2014 Target Presents People All-Star Teachers. We will hear more from Idina. We have to hear more from Idina. That was beautiful. When we come back, our national anthem. A special night in Minneapolis just starting to unfold.
Utopia. The social experiment begins Sunday, September 7th on Fox.
Summertime is here, and research shows that sun and fun create that winning woohoo feeling. And now with the Iowa Lottery's Suntime Fun Time Play It Again promotion, there are more ways to feel good. With our new multiplier scratch games, you could win up to $50,000. Or enter your non-winning tickets online for a chance to win cash or great prizes for the great Iowa outdoors. And that'll make you one happy camper or boater. It's all fun and games this summer with Suntime Fun Time from the Iowa Lottery. Get your tickets today.
This summer,
who's gonna stop me?
Time is our enemy, and speed is our friend. You're up.
I'm on it.
Saving the world is what we do.
Now during the Ford Summer Spectacular Sales Event, get a Focus with 0 for 60 plus $1,500 bonus cash, or get $2,500 cash back.
What's the best thing about summertime? The sizzling summer savings at Subway restaurants. Because right now, you can get any regular 6-inch sub for just $3. Pick up a few of your favorites, like the oven-roasted chicken, turkey breast, or sweet onion chicken teriyaki for just $3 each. Prepared just the way you like it, with any toppings you want on your choice of freshly baked bread. So come in today for sizzling summer savings at Subway restaurants and get any regular 6-inch sub for just $3. Subway, eat fresh.
Modern Family presents Philosophy.
Always look people in the eye, even if they're blind. Just say, I'm looking you in the eye. I've always said that if my son thinks of me as one of his idiot friends, then I've succeeded as a dad.
Full Hour, weeknights at 5 on Fox 18.
Freaky.
Freaky. Hello, Prince Charming.
The Big Bang Theory.
A Full Hour, weeknights at 6 on your Fox 18. Join Bailey Deets on your Fox 18 9 o'clock news.
This is when this great game is at its best.
Maybe one of the best plays you'll ever see.
For three for Pablo Sandoval. What a finish! Unbelievable! We will see you tomorrow night. What a beautiful night for the 85th Major League Baseball All-Star Game in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And now to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome back Idina Menzel.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, yea, prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
How wonderful is she? What a talent. Idina Menzel off to a roaring start in Minneapolis. Back after this.
From the moment it's poured, you can see that Guinness has more taste. But what may surprise you is that a 12-ounce serving of Guinness has only 124 calories. A great way to go lighter is to go darker.
In the dark.
Are you okay, Mom? Yes, I am.
Life insurance from New York Life can help your family keep good going.
Two things you only dreamed would come together. A cheesy quesadilla wrapped around a beefy burrito. The new Quesarito from Taco Bell.
From the moment it's poured, you can see that Guinness has more taste. But what may surprise you is that a 12-ounce serving of Guinness has only 124 calories. A great way to go lighter is to go darker.
In the dark.
It's the MLB All-Star pregame show on Fox, sponsored by Chevrolet. It's the 85th Major League Baseball All-Star game, the best from the National League taking on the best from the American League tonight in Minneapolis. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. The guys are coming right up. Lest you think that what's on the line here tonight doesn't matter, realize that the last 5 World Series winners have all had home field advantage. That's what happens. Whatever league wins here tonight, as it's been since 2003, they get home field advantage. Harold, you're first up, my friend.
I'll tell you what, the All-Star game, first of all, how electric is this place? But there's one man everybody's talking about. If you saw the ovation, Derek Jeter, last All-Star game for him. But man, when greatness is upon you, don't ever forget you're watching it. One of the true greats of our all-time, 9th all-time in hitting. And the big thing I look for tonight is Derek always steps up in big moments, and I'm sure they'll have a big one. I hope he's the MVP, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, he's a career .440 hitter. He's a former All-Star Game MVP, so it wouldn't be crazy if that happens. Okay, 40-year-old. He wants to talk about the 40-year-old Derek Jeter, but man, there are a lot of young studs on display here tonight.
You know, Derek Jeter, I think of consistency, but when you talk about guys who can make those plays that take your breath away at bat, on the bases, in the field, we have 4 of the very best. Start with Mike Trout, his 2nd All-Star game. He's a veteran. And 3 guys in the National League making their first All-Star starts. You're talking about Yasiel Puig, Giancarlo Stanton, and Andrew McCutchen. That's what's great about baseball, Joe, is that it keeps turning over. You don't have to wait for the next group of stars. They're here, right now.
So which league is going to get home field advantage with a win here tonight? Why not ask the guys that are involved in the game? Take it away.
I believe that the National League will win.
I believe that the National League will win.
I believe
that the American League will win. But we're gonna win. National League.
American League.
I know that the All-Star game is coming up next.
It's the ultimate joyride. Test drive T-Mobile's network free for 7 days on the one and only iPhone 5S. Use the ultimate phone to see how much you can download, post, and stream on the network-designed Data Strong. Get the thrill of iPhone 5S with the power of the T-Mobile network free for 7 days. Sign up for your free T-Mobile test drive at T-Mobile.com/test drive.
CJ, what's with the line? Also got a whiff of my hair. It's Head & Shoulders with Fresh Scent Technology. Keeps me 100% flake-free and smells better than ever.
I know, I'm running out of things to have signed.
What was that shampoo again? Head & Shoulders.
100% flake-free. Great smelling hair.
That's from the parking lot?
For your chance to win a VIP trip to the 2014 MLB World Series, follow HS4Men on Twitter and tweet #WIF at HS4Men.
So, tell me about your relationship.
Well, we're
perfect
peanut
together.
butter and chocolate.
Nut, butt, and choco.
Don't
do that.
He says when something's good, why change it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
What if you were to try something different? Yes, it's Mr. Butterfinger.
I'm sorry, what are we doing here?
It's a whole new way to love peanut butter and chocolate. Smooth and crunchy Butterfinger peanut butter cups.
Oh, man! Let's go the other way.
I'm good.
Nestle, good food, good life.
Whether you're on the highway, the back way, the straightaway, or some other way, at Firestone, we believe when the rubber meets the road, the rubber should always win. Durable, dependable, Firestone tires. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
A boy's body was found on the beach this morning. Someone wanted to make it look like an accident.
Where were you the night Danny disappeared?
You ought to find who you're looking for. Don't want another kid dead.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by T-Mobile and by Chevrolet. Find new roads.
That's how the story goes. Troy Tulowitzki is at it again. The story goes. Swung on and missed strike three and a no-hitter. The story goes. That's how the story goes. He does it again.
That's what the big boys hit him out there.
Derek Jeter has done it in grand style.
Who are the two starting pitchers here tonight? Adam Wainwright will get the ball for the National League in the bottom of the first inning, and that guy, one of 15 active players listed by MLB.com, named Hernandez, but there's only one King Felix. Let's take a look at the lineup. We gave it to you in grand style, but we'll give it to you this way as well. The National League starting lineup brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Andrew McCutchen, he won the MVP last year in the National League. He's first up. Anybody more electric or exciting than Yasiel Puig? Troy Tulowitzki, probably the best shortstop. When he is healthy, he is lethal. Paul Goldschmidt can do everything. Giancarlo Stanton, best raw power in the game. Aramis Ramirez, he's been at it a long time, gets the start for the first place Milwaukee Brewers. Chase Utley's back. Good to have him back in an all-star game. Jonathan Lucroy is the catcher, and Carlos Gomez, who was in the Twins organization, now with the Brewers, and he's figured it out. Typically their center fielder. He is in left in this all-star game. And before we get it going tonight, is King Felix is about to take his warm-up tosses whenever the meeting at home plate breaks up. And Hernandez can't wait to throw a pitch to get going. But they're still meeting. We'll go down to Aaron Andrews, who is standing by with Giancarlo Stanton.
Joe, thanks so much. Well, last night in the home run derby, you hit a ball that almost left this park. Now, potentially you have the chance of going up against Felix Hernandez. How do you do that against him?
No one can do that against him, but my best chance is to just wait for him to make a mistake right over the plate, right down the middle, and I'll see what I got.
He told us yesterday, King Felix said he wasn't going to watch any video on anybody he was facing. How did you prepare against any of the pitchers you could see tonight?
Same. I haven't watched much video, just gone off of facing him before. I don't have much success against him.
Oh, for three Ks, that's fine.
Thank you very much. But I got another crack at it tonight, so we'll see.
Good to talk to you. Have fun tonight.
Thank you. We will.
All right, Joe.
He's got an electric smile, and he's got, as I said, more power than anybody in the big leagues. He is a superstar and one of those young guys that Tom Verducci talked about at the start of our night. The defense for the American League. Trout is in left, Jones in center, Bautista in right, with Donaldson, Jeter, Cano, double play combo back together. Miguel Cabrera at first. Salvador Perez does the catching. Felix Hernandez has never thrown to Perez. They met yesterday, talked things over, and this guy Is it possible to say that he's just scratching the surface because he's more dedicated to his craft this year? His numbers are blow you away great. He's still young. I mean, this guy could get better.
You know, I asked him in spring training last year, I said, what's your best pitch? He said, all 5. So, okay, excuse me.
He is not lacking for confidence.
No, not at all.
And he loves his changeup, self-taught changeup that he picked up in '09 and looks like a splitter. That misses outside, and this thing starts with that pitch zipping in for ball 1 to McCutchen.
This is going to be fun.
I was going to say my favorite pitch. I know what it is. It is that changeup. That is unhittable. Hitters are hitting 105 against that changeup this year. Just can't pick it up.
Guy who's got a perfect game on his resume. Air is a shot to short. No way. Diving stop. Jeter. He did not get him as McCutchen beat the throw. That would have been some start in his final All-Star game, and a little smile on the face of Jeter.
I was thinking, are we going to see our first replay in All-Star history? What a play by Derek. The dive, the layout, but watch how he gets to his feet in a hurry. You see how short he's playing on the dirt because McCutchen can run. He's not on the grass. He's on the dirt surface. He gets up, makes the throw. He wanted it bad, too, didn't he, Tom?
Absolutely. 90% of runners, he would have gotten it first base. But with McCutchen's speed and the way he gets out of the box so quick from the right-hand side, looks like he just beat it.
Ooh.
Oh,
let's challenge
wait
that.
A minute now. That's pretty close. There is obviously the challenge system in play, but no challenge. It's an infield base hit and a breaking ball that misses to Puig.
Well, the speed of this game is going to be incredible. One, they're going to be swinging early and aggressive like you talked about, Joe. And then how about the speed of McCutchen?
Well, these guys, for the most part, typically are left on their own, the veterans, to run when they want. This one squirts away, and down to second is McCutchen on what will likely be a wild pitch on Felix Hernandez.
You know, and that was the changeup, Harold. He showed it right there at 90 miles an hour. Yes, that's the hardest changeup in baseball. Watch it just dive in front of Perez here. That's a tough one because it looks like it hits the plate. Comes up a little higher than Perez expected.
Yeah, and once that ball hits the dirt, you got no chance with McCutchen. And plus, he's got the fluorescent green shoes on. Forget about it.
Well, if he had no chance before. His shoes actually match the vendors here at Target Field. They're wearing bright yellow, and he's wearing bright yellow.
I'm not sure that was the look he was going for, though, the vendor look.
Runner at second, nobody out. And a 2-0 pitch to Puig. That pitch just dives. There it is for strike 1.
Well, and that's the movement that he can put on his pitches. Puig's letting 2-0. You're in an all-star game trying to juice one. Heck of movement.
There you go. I think it's a perfect match. So McCutchen at second with nobody out. And now 2 strikes on Yasiel Puig. Who's the home plate umpire? Gary Cedarstrom. He's the crew chief, his second All-Star game. First time he's worked the plate. Then it's Jeff Nelson, Bob Davidson, Scott Berry, Todd Tishner, and Vic Carapazza. They work the outfield here on a gorgeous night in Minneapolis. That's a strikeout for out number 1. And who threw the ceremonial first pitch? The great Rod Carew. 7-time American League batting champion while with the Twins.
Man could hit. Him, Tony Oliva. And Rod was not just a guy that hit singles. You know, he would drop a home run on you every now and then, spray the ball over the ballpark. One of the greats of all time.
So runner at second, 1 out, big strikeout for Hernandez, and that's over the top and in for strike 1 to Tulowitzki. When this guy's healthy, is there a better shortstop in the game than Troy Tulowitzki?
No, and I've made the argument he's the best player in baseball. I know we all talk about Mike Trout, but when you look at a shortstop and what he's able to do at that position and affect the game, I got him right at the top of the board.
4th All-Star game for Tulowitzki, who takes outside. The count evens a ball and a strike.
All he has to do is stay healthy. It's been the bugaboo over the years.
And that's part of it.
Pretty nice. Huh? Having a shortstop bat third is about 6'3", 215, 220. You don't realize how big this guy is when you see him up close. Then you get a handle on that.
Trying to drive home McCutchen. He's at second with 1 out and a 1-1 pitch. Just filthy.
He is, isn't he? And that's what he meant by all 5. You know, we've watched already. There's a fastball, a little changeup. He takes a little something off. We've watched the heater on the corner. We watched the slider, and he'll drop a split on him. And he's got the assortment, and he can throw them all for strikes anytime he wants.
Now 1-2 pitch. Runner McCutchen going. Struck him out. And a steal of third. Puts McCutchen at third with 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts as Perez could not get Andrew McCutchen.
Well, he got a great combination. He knew it was going to be an off-speed pitch. Plus, with the right-handed batter, Perez comes up and doesn't have a clear shot to see him. You see the throw go over as Donaldson slides to get him. He's safe easy, but I love the steal because the right-handed batter, as big as Tulowitzki is, he blocked the vision of the catcher and forced him to throw out of a different lane.
So now it's Goldschmidt with a 2-out RBI chance, and not a small thing to have a runner at third with a guy who's got as much movement as Felix Hernandez. If one gets away, as we've already seen in this inning, that's ball 1.
Not easy to catch. Both strikeouts so far on that changeup. Joe, I think that's the best singular pitch in all of baseball. And he throws it like unlike any other changeup. All his fingers are totally off the seams.
Here's a 1-0. That drills the outside corner. And that's got Reynolds up here shaking his head.
It just looks hard. I know the radar gun's saying 93, but he hides the ball with his spin, and it jumps on the hitter. That's why he's so difficult to pick up.
Here's a 1-1. Broken bat. Backhanded pickup by Donaldson. Inning over. Leadoff infield hit by McCutchen. He's left on. Now it's Wainwright to the hill. No score after a half in the All-Star game.
Now use your MasterCard at any restaurant, and MasterCard will make a donation to Stand Up to Cancer.
Hey guys, I just want to thank you for standing up to cancer. Okay, I gotta go. What time do you guys close?
6:30.
Ah! Girls, thank you for standing up to cancer. Thank you for standing up to cancer.
Getting together for a great cause?
Pretty sweaty.
Priceless. Spend $10 or more with your MasterCard when you dine out, and MasterCard will donate up to $4 million to Stand Up to Cancer, one precious cent at a time.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now batting for the Yankees, number 2, Derek Jeter, number 2.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Jordan Brand. Derek Jeter will be first up in his final All-Star game, 20th season. He's got 5 rings. The captain, former All-Star game MVP. Then he's followed by Mike Trout, Robinson Cano, Miguel Cabrera, cleans up. Jose Bautista, Nelson Cruz, the DH, Adam Jones in center, Josh Donaldson at third, batting ninth, Salvador Perez.
Now batting for the American League from the New York Yankees, the shortstop, number 2, Derek Jeter, number 2.
His night with a double. If he's going to go out on the big stage here tonight, who knows where the Yankees will end up, guys. This is exactly what we've seen from Derek Jeter for 20 years.
Are we surprised? I mean, every time there's a big moment, he steps up. And he takes the classic Derek Jeter swing inside out into the corner for the double. Start off with the great play. Had there been no replay, guys, were you talking about that play because he's been called out by the ump with the moment the night is? I mean, Tom, you've watched him forever, too. It's incredible, right?
The swing that launched more than 3,400 hits. Hasn't changed all that much over the years.
Mike Trout is backing up Jeter in this lineup, then Cano, as the AL tries to grab the lead. Now Wainwright's got to pitch out of trouble, as Felix Hernandez did in the top of the inning.
Well, and you saw right there, Wainwright's playing to win. You see him pitch the first pitch in. He knows Mike Trout wants to try to get that runner over, jams him inside. They're still trying to win this game. Even though he cheered for Jeter, he wasn't trying to give him a hit.
Wainwright, who listed this as obviously one of his great thrills in what's really turning into a brilliant big league career. There are his numbers. He leads in wins and ERA. That's down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. He had never faced Jeter prior to that at bat. And he listed it on that same list as playing with Chipper Jones. He grew up in Georgia, Wainwright did, playing with Andrew Jones, pitching with John Smoltz. Here's a 1-1. That gets Trout backed up and off the plate a little bit, and the count 2-1.
Last night, Joe, he was doing his homework. He may only go 1 inning. See that ball get inside on Trout. He said he was looking at video of all 9 hitters in the American League lineup, the same as he would prepare for any regular season start.
Turns 33 in August. Yes. He goes inside, then down and away. That's been working since after Doubleday was born, and the count 2-2.
Yeah, go in, knock him off, and go back outside. I thought he needed to take just a breath to get back focused because, you know, you're clapping for the hitter 1 second. He doubles, and before you know it, you're caught up in all the euphoria that's going on. You got to back up a little bit and get to the game.
Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball. Wainwright has a good curve. That's down and away now, full count.
And oh, by the way, here comes Mike Trout.
Yeah. I thought it was classy, though. He put his glove and the baseball on the mound when Derek got in the batter's box and stepped off the bat and was a fan. Not the starting pitcher of the All-Star game. Another fan showing his respect.
Jeter at second with nobody out and a 3-2 count on Mike Trout. That's in the air to right, well hit. Back is Puig at the wall, off the wall. Jeter will round third and score. Trout digging for 3, and he'll make it with an RBI triple. ALF, 1-zip.
My goodness, Joe. How strong is this kid? It didn't look like it hit the ball that well. And to travel as far as it did, Puig, I think, thought he had a beat on this. Right here, he thinks he's got it. Now it starts to drift. I'll change angles. That ball was hit so hard the opposite way that he had no play. He had no play on this.
I had so much fun watching Mike Trout run this triple out. Wow, can the big man fly?
He's out in front of that ball. You know, he doesn't really get all this. He knows it. But watch him run like Tom was talking about.
Watch him find another gear right there.
Well, there was controversy with the pick of Mike Matheny, the manager of the National League. As Cabrera watches with the starting pitcher, you can make a strong case for either Wainwright or Kershaw, who's the hottest pitcher in the game. Cano tries to hammer at a high delivery, strike 1. Kershaw will be seen here tonight early on the National League side. Wainwright gets the ball, and he's given up a double, a triple, and now has to really do some pitching to keep this just a 1-run inning.
Yeah, and the infield's drawn in. Cano knows it, and he's one of the best RBI guys, situational hitters in baseball.
That's strike 2, and I thought it was interesting that Robinson told us yesterday that the guy he credits with making him a good situational hitter is Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, took him on the backfield to spring training and said, nope, we're going to work on situations. He ended up having a 100 RBI season, and it's gone on from there.
And he's taken that and learning how to play in the big leagues with Derek Jeter to Seattle, and they are a much improved club. Already action in the bullpen with Lester getting loose. He'll be next in and take over in the top of the second as the count goes to 1-2 on Cano.
You see Wainwright trying to get in strikeout mode right here, as you said, Harold. Infield in with Cano. Your odds of getting the ground ball out, not good.
Here's a 1-2. A strikeout, a big one for Wainwright. 1 away, the runner at third, and now Miguel Cabrera will bat.
Well, that's the signature pitch of Wainwright, the breaking ball. That ball just dive bombs in front of the plate.
And you usually don't see Cano get this swing happy. You know, that infield drawn in early. He was licking his chops. He hadn't seen that all season in Seattle, probably. He's sitting there going, I got Miguel Cabrera behind me, and they're drawing the infield in. This is beautiful. He went hacking. Didn't work.
Luke Croy made a nice play on that breaking ball in the dirt on the strikeout to keep the runner at third. Luke Croy getting the start in place of the injured Yadier Molina. And now the batter is Miguel Cabrera. Runner at third, 1 out, and that's foul. So you got Cabrera. You go through Jeter, then Trout, Cano, and you get a guy who won a Triple Crown 2 years ago, back-to-back MVPs and 3 straight batting titles.
How'd you like to be on the left side of the infield right now with this guy up, infield in?
No, you can have it.
Here comes the 0-1. That is hammered into left. Back at the wall. Come on. Miguel Cabrera with a 2-run shot. And it's 3-0 American League in the first. How'd that sound coming off the bat?
Mercy. Hey, this was a difficult task for Adam Wainwright all the way through. You know, you start with the emotion, letting Jeter have his moment, and then try to focus in, and then you get yourself in a jam in the middle of this lineup. It was going to be tough to get through this without giving up anything. Look at this swing here. You hear it talk about, guys say, stay inside the baseball. You see how the knob of his bat was going towards the ball? That's how you get the bat through the zone.
9th All-Star game for Cabrera, first home run. As I mentioned, the Triple Crown in 2012 was the first in baseball since Carl Yastrzemski in 1967. 44 home runs that year. Good breaking ball, strike two. And Cabrera admitted this week that he's still not healed from that tear in his groin that he had to play with last year.
Imagine when he gets healthy. You can see they are in swing mode, aggressive early in counts here.
Here's the 0-2. Bounces in, and Lucroy blocks it at the plate, ball one.
Well, when you see a pitcher that you have not seen, and you already know from watching Adam Wainwright, he's got a nasty curveball, and he varies the different ones. He'll throw 2 or 3 different breaks on it. You're going to be aggressive. If he throws anything, I'm swinging early if I can get something that's straight.
Here's a 1-2. Up there hacking on a high delivery. It stays 1-2. The story of Jose Bautista is just crazy. It's his 5th All-Star game, all since coming to Toronto. In 2004, he was with Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh. Same year. Didn't hit a home run. Hit 54 in 2010. That makes it 2-2.
Yeah, most home runs in the major leagues the last 5 years. Really changed his approach and especially his swing at the plate. This guy does not get cheated.
Breaking ball struck him out. That's the good Wainwright curveball, 2 down. Let's go back to the home run hit by Cabrera.
Okay, you saw LaCroix set up all the way in. It's hard to get a pitch enough in, even if it's off the plate, because as you said, Harold, he is so good at pulling his hands into his body and still getting the barrel on the ball without any hook to that flight. Normally that far inside, the ball's going to hook.
That ball is torched.
Pujols same way, the ability to keep things fair on pitches inside like that. Here's a shattered bat. High hop for Tulowitzki, inning over. Hopefully everybody's okay, and they are with that shattered bat. It's been a busy day already for number 2. Almost got McCutchen in the top half. Started the bottom half with a double, scored the first run in his final All-Star game. 3-zip AL.
The imagination is a powerful thing. My 2-in-1 helps me unlock it. It's a laptop when I'm a writer, and a tablet when I'm an illustrator. Creativity comes in many forms, and this Intel processor lets me adapt to it.
Two things you only dreamed would come together. A delicious cheesy quesadilla wrapped around a beefy burrito. The new quesarito from Taco Bell.
I don't want him in the family.
The more people we have, the more we save.
He already owes me money for like 4 pizzas.
We all get separate bills. Besides, if you don't like Gordon, why did you invite him this weekend?
I didn't invite him. He just like shows up.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Hey, let's go, honey. Those tacos ain't gonna eat themselves over there. You look great, by the way.
The bills are separate.
With the Sprint Unlimited family plan, the more you add, the more you save. Get unlimited data, talk, and text for as low as $45 a month per line. Happy connecting from Sprint.
What would happen if energy could come from anything? Or if power could go anywhere? Or if light could seek out the dark? What would happen if that happens? Anything.
Sweat. It says I was here. I worked here. It says I only have so much to give before I have to take. What I lose, I want to get back. Sweat says, I earned this. Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out.
This guy is here repping the world champion Boston Red Sox. John Lester takes over. Look at the ERA. We give you now the keys to the game, brought to you by the Lincoln Motor Company.
Well, a little birdie, Joe, told me that the American League has been running out 6 consecutive starting pitchers here. You got to make your outs productive. It's going to be hard to string hits together with the American League. We've seen it already. Be aggressive early in counts. You don't need to remind these guys. We haven't even seen Adam Jones, Nelson Cruz, and Jose Abreu yet either. They will swing it and swing it early.
That little birdie is the rare bird, the feral, which is seen in Minneapolis about this time of year.
No, I can't reveal my unnamed birdies.
Like you're scooping stuff. Come on. First pitch is a ball to Giancarlo Stanton. Most powerful guy in the big leagues right here, Stanton.
Oh, without question. I mean, look at him. Look at the size of him. Joe, he had a home run this year that was clocked leaving the bat at 120 miles per hour.
Almost left the yard last night. Out of the stadium in the home run derby. Broken bat. Lighter plane going home, and a pop-up for out number 1.
John Lester coming out getting some firewood, though, with that cutter right there. That was nasty.
There's Kershaw getting ready. He'll come in the bottom of this second inning, but I'll tell you what, the way these games have gone, scoring has been at such a minimum and a premium. You give up a 3 spot in the first inning, and then you're going to start dealing with these starting pitchers and then closers at the end of a game, multiple. It's tough to come back.
It is.
Lester is winding down his contract with the Boston Red Sox. Here's a line drive into center, a base hit off the bat of Aramis Ramirez. It's not just the 3 of us. There's 2 more down on the field. You heard from Aaron and now Annie Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Felix, first inning, get the great play by Derek. You end up stranding McCutchen at third. What was it like out there for you?
First, I was, like I said, I was a little nervous after I threw the first pitch. I was good. And then, yeah, I got a base hit. Didn't make a unbelievable play. He was fast, so I get it safe. And then after that, I just tried to make good pitches and trying not to score.
John Farrell told us before the game that you were dying to pitch a second inning. How much did you try to talk him into it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would love to throw 2 innings. I mean, one was good enough. That's fine.
Felix, thanks a lot. Joe, back to you.
Since the start of 2009, he's got 109 starts, going 7+ innings. 2 earned runs or less, which is the most in baseball by a mile. The next guy's Kershaw at 86. You want depth? You want a guy to give your bullpen a day off? King Felix is the guy. Here's Utley. First pitch, a ball from Lester. That's a strike.
You know what I took away from that as we look at Yu Darvish warming up. He'll be the next guy up for the American League, obviously. I took away that, listening to Felix, about being nervous. I don't care how many games you play, and he has not been a guy that's been in the postseason yet. When you get in this game, millions are watching that will never see you play a regular season game.
Strike 2 on Utley.
And you think about it, you're nervous. You know, this is like all the people all over the world are watching this game. Trust me, I know. I never made a postseason team. The All-Star game was like, wow, everybody's watching.
2 times you were an All-Star and they made you bunt.
Oh man, I was a champ.
Twice in the same game.
I was so upset, but you know, what can you do? We're trying to win. I popped one up though, Joe. That was the problem. If I'd have got it down, I'd have been cool. But I popped one up, and that was frustrating. This guy won't be bunting hardly ever. Mr. Chase Utley.
Chase Utley, who battled injuries in 2010, 2011, and 12. He's back, hoping to finish his career in a Philadelphia Phillies uniform. Philly fans would love to see that as well. That's down and away. Tom, when this guy was rolling, before the injuries set in, the knees really were racked with injuries, he was a must-see player, a dynamic second baseman.
Unbelievable, Joe. Back in 09, he had 31 home runs and had 23 stolen bases without being caught. Nobody's ever done that. Chase is the only one with those kind of numbers.
Just spoiled it.
Great piece of hitting. And you know, you think about it, left-handed hitters, it takes you a little while to get used to facing that left-hander. That's why a lot of young players struggle. He jumped right in, facing left-handed pitching, playing every day, and being productive.
I know Bryce Harper uses him as a template. Left-handed hitter against left-handed pitchers. Nobody hangs in better and longer than Chase Utley.
Here's a 2-2. That's hammered into right center field. Back Look at the wall. This ball is off the wall. Digging around third is Ramirez. They'll bring him home. Here's the relay by Cano. Ramirez safe in the National League on the board. RBI double by Chase Utley, and it's a 3-1 game here in the second.
Hey, I was so excited to watch Cano relay because he's the best, I think, in baseball at throwing a relay on a cutoff. He just swings his leg. He doesn't worry about anything else, just get rid of the baseball. As you look at the swing from Utley, Tom, you talked about it, hanging in there on the left-hander. You only do that with 2 strikes if you're willing to sacrifice to stay in on the ball. That's a beautiful stroke. But watch the relay from Cano. This ball's off the wall. Watch him get it all in one motion, catch and throw. He's the best in the business.
The guy scoring, Ramirez, 35 years old in his 16th year. He's in his 3rd All-Star game. Ramirez got a base hit, followed by the double by Utley. And now Lucroy. He gets the start, the injury to Yadier Molina, and Lucroy has developed into a number 3 hitter on a first-place club.
Hey, he's in the MVP discussion, Joe. Oh, we still have a ways to go. MVP's often decided second half of the season. What he's done behind the plate, and especially at the plate, definitely in the mix.
There's a strike.
You know what I like about him, Joe, is that he hits good pitching. You know, we see a lot of guys that put numbers up against the 4th or 5th starter or the middle reliever in a game that they're losing in. This guy has clutch hits late in the game off the closer. He hits the good pitching, and that's what I think has taken him to a whole nother level.
Well, he'll get a chance to do that tonight. That breaking ball good from Lester, strike 2.
This is where he's going to go to work. Really good 2-strike hitter. Roy has 42 extra base hits and 42 strikeouts. That's pretty good. And that's pretty good right here. The backdoor breaking ball from John Lester.
And if Lester's throwing that backdoor breaking ball, it's a tough night to hit because you know he's going to bust you in with the cutter. But if he gets that pitch out there, forget about it. You're beat.
Here's a shot into left, well hit. Back is Trout. He can't get there. Off the wall. Utley will score. It's a 1-run game. As the National League comes right back, and Lester gives up 3 straight hits and 2 straight doubles.
You know, Joe, I'm sitting here wondering if you really prepped Tom and I properly for our first All-Star game, because you said, hey, there's going to be a lot of pitching. It's going to move quick. You better be ready.
Scouting report, Joe.
Man, got to hang on here tonight.
This is fun, though. This is the way an All-Star game's supposed to be, man. Let the bat fly. Guys are getting in the box and dealing. And here's what Tom talked about, 2 strikes, man. He puts the ball in play and drives one in the gap.
Yeah, that was a cutter. Lester is trying to drive inside a little bit more. Nice piece of hitting by LaCroix.
Now his teammate Carlos Gomez digs in. All of a sudden, the tying run is at second base. And the National League will switch to Clayton Kershaw on the bottom of the inning. A little charged up was Carlos Gomez.
That's standard operating procedure for Carlos Gomez.
Mercy. This is a big league. I'm trying to leave the house swing. Mercy.
He started in the big leagues here in Minneapolis. And he got a nice ovation during the pregame introductions. Now he's in the hole. 0-2 with 1 out and a runner at second.
He's yelling at himself.
He's got some flair.
Oh, he does. I love it. He's got some dog in him. Not just flair. He got some hot dog in him, and that's okay. Look at the shoes on up, the way he swings, carries himself. What a personality, though.
Ball 1.
Time's out.
You know, you've seen so many good things from Lester over the years. A guy who's daily asked about either A, being traded now, or B, his contract situation. He's been able to set all that aside. His ERA is about a half-run better in a walk year. But he's been hit here in the second. Now Papa. Gomez will hope it gets out of play. It will not. Perez has out number 2.
It's Perez's fault. He's yelling at him. Let that ball drop, man.
What does he want? Wear what the All-Stars are wearing. Tonight is the first time ever that both AL and NL teams will be wearing a cap specifically designed for the 2014 All-Star Game. Go to MLB.com to find your team. He was yelling at Perez.
Yeah, he was. I'm telling you, man. He's a nut.
Here's McCutchen. Tying run at second, 2 out. They got some life in Milwaukee, and we're going to have a fight in the second half and down the stretch. You have to believe in the NL Central. That thing is tight, and Andrews' team is right there, the Pittsburgh Pirates, with that dynamic young outfield.
How about that whole National League? You got 8 teams separated by 3 games. You keep that into September? Wow.
Good pitch from Lester. In under the hands in the count 0-2. You saw Clint Hurdle, who seems to have a job for life now in Pittsburgh with the turnaround they had last year getting into the postseason.
He's done a terrific job. And the one challenge for Clint going in there was to change and renew the mindset from losing to winning. And forget about what's happened in the past. Let's go. We got talent to get it done here.
Up to hammer at it, popped it up. Shallow right center field. Jones is going to take charge, and the inning is over. But the National League back in it. 3 straight hits. Ramirez, Utley, Lucroy, a 3-2 game with Kershaw coming in.
Really? So our business can be on AT&T's network for $175 a month?
Yep, all 5 of you for $175.
Our clients need a lot of attention.
There's unlimited talk and text.
We're working deals all day.
You get 10 gigabytes of data to share.
What about expansion potential?
Add a line anytime for $15 a month.
Low dues, great terms.
Let's close.
Introducing AT&T Mobile Share Value Plans with our best ever pricing for business.
Our world is facing an unstoppable threat. We can't do this alone.
We need the Guardians of the Galaxy. What the hell? Gamora, last surviving member of her species. Ronan destroyed her home and took her hostage. Drax, a.k.a. the Destroyer, a legendary warrior who lost his entire family at the hands of Ronan.
We're not going to stand by as evil wipes out the galaxy.
I will fight beside you. I like your knife. I'm keeping it.
You're welcome.
All but the strongest will die.
She's hot. You're a good-looking girl. You should try to be more nice to people on the boat. I think she likes me.
You got issues, Quill.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes!
His people are completely literal. Metaphors are gonna go over his head.
Nothing goes over my head. I would catch it.
PG-13. In theaters August 1st.
Hey man, how do I eat this extra long barbecue cheeseburger?
Dude, it's a burger. You just eat it. Oh, I see. Do you start from the short side or the long side?
I'll go long.
All right, I'll go short.
There's no wrong way to eat the new extra long barbecue cheeseburger, and now you can get any 2 sandwiches for just $5 only at Burger King.
This summer.
You know what we're up against.
Now go get him. This mission will take precise handling. Let's show him what it means to be built Ford tough. Ready to save the world?
I'll drive.
The Ford Summer Spectacular Sales Event. Now playing at Ford dealers everywhere.
First came the Golden Globes.
Chest bump me. Here we go.
Then came the Emmy nomination.
Outstanding.
And now, Brooklyn Nine-Nine makes its biggest move yet. To Sundays. Same shift, different night. All new Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Sundays this fall on Fox.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
That's Terry Crews, who plays Sergeant Terry Jeffords on the Fox hit show Brooklyn Nine-Nine, airing Tuesdays at 8:30, 7:30 Central. Former linebacker, had a 4-year NFL career with the Rams, San Diego, Washington, Philadelphia, and now in the Fox family. As Clayton Kershaw has got to be, in the history of this game, since the All-Star game started back in, 1933, the hottest pitcher coming into any All-Star game. You just can't pitch better than what Kershaw's done since the 1st of June.
Yeah, and that's why it vaulted a little bit of a controversy. I shouldn't say a little bit. It is a controversy with who was going to start, Wainwright or Clayton Kershaw. The no-hitter, the way he's been pitching the last 8 outings. That's why everybody's like, where's Clayton?
Well, he's here in the second inning, down by 1. He is, and we talked about this, Tom, earlier in the year, how few drop and drive pitchers there are. He's a guy who uses his lower half and those big legs, and he's got such great touch and feel for when to go hard, when to go soft, as he gets a broken bat pop-up off the bat of Adam Jones. Wow.
Yeah, he's got very clean mechanics, but with a little bit of funk in there. By that I mean, you know, like in Manhattan, the street corners when the slush collects around the corner and you have to really reach to step over it? That's the way he pitches. It's like, wait a second, that puddle's bigger than I thought. But talk about this role. We saw that in the last 8 starts, only 6 walks and just a ton of punch-outs. He is just on an incredible roll. But Harold, you know, with that little bit of funk he's got in his delivery, with that little step over that he's got, it's hard to time.
It is. Watching him here, he's got a little hesitation right before he delivers. Right there. Freeze, pop.
And then zips it in there at 93 to Josh Donaldson, who is tied for 7th in the American League with his 20 home runs. See, this is the tough part of this game. Adam Jones, we didn't even get a chance to talk about him. Here's a foul. Back to the screen.
Nice talking to you, Adam.
Watch the front foot. It goes down. Now he's got to stretch a little farther.
The puddle, right, in Manhattan.
A little slush.
Familiar with that, Joe?
They're always deeper than you think, too.
I love it.
Here's a 1-1. That's hammered, but foul for a guy who's a former catcher in the Cubs system. Donaldson was traded to the A's. It's his first All-Star game. His teammate Brandon Moss is here, traded by the Cubs back in July of '08 for Rich Harden. That didn't work out well for Chicago, but the A's found eventually their everyday third baseman who was in the top 5 in the MVP voting last year.
They did a great job of transforming this guy, and Chili Davis has a lot to do with that. So you go back and you think about Rich Harden at that time. I know he was losing it a little, but he still had that great electric fastball, and you thought, wow, nice pickup by the Cubs. And obviously it's turned out to be a really great find by the A's.
Good trade by Brad Pitt. Here's a 2-2. Full count.
That Brad Pitt guy, Billy Beane, of course, he's as good as anybody at finding talent in so many different places. Oakland with 6 All-Stars here, and yet the only one that they actually took out of the draft was Doolittle, who they drafted as a first baseman and converted him to a pitcher. Otherwise, it's trades, free agency, and bargain bins.
A strikeout for out number 2. May have chased it. High, hard one from Kershaw. We ask you to stay tuned for the Chevrolet postgame show and the Ted Williams MVP Award presentation, where the winner will drive off in the North American car or truck of the year. Their pick. You want to go sports car? You want to go SUV?
Oh, that's pretty nice. Right now, I wonder what Jeter's going to pick.
Oh, you're giving it to him. Well, 2 out, nobody on. Here's Perez, strike 1.
I don't know. Miggy's got a 2-run homer so far. That was pretty impressive, too.
I don't feel like that chapter's been written yet. Who's going to be the MVP of this game?
I'm with you.
1-run game in the second, and the count 0-2 as Kershaw tries to have a quick and easy first and maybe only inning of work. He jams the heck out of Perez. Tough play. Barehanded pickup. Ramirez. God, what a play. And we see some defense from Aramis Ramirez. What an effort to get Perez. That helps out Kershaw, who has a perfect first inning of work. The guys who got it going for the AL are coming up in the bottom of the inning. Back after this from your local Fox station in a 1-run game.
We are Fox Sports.
After 70 years of use, the Rock Island Police Station finally breaks ground on a new facility, and new reports show that people who live in rural areas experience longer ambulance service wait time. We'll have those stories for you tonight after the MLB All-Star Game.
Do you like excitement? I mean real excitement? Nitro-powered excitement? Flame-throwing excitement? You can find it all at the
Summer National, presented by Matco Tools. Friday and Saturday, July 18th and 19th, Cordova Dragway Park. See Nitro Funny Cars, Nitro Alters, Jets, and more. Prepare yourself for the Summer National, the most powerful excitement in the world.
It's a star-struck summer at Casey's General Stores. Visit Casey's for spectacular spotlight savings like 3 20-ounce Mountain Dews for just $3.33 and large made-from-scratch pepperoni pizzas for only $10. Plus, discover the secret word and enter to win a fabulous trip for two to Hollywood. $500 in gas or other amazing prizes. Now premiering at Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza.
We're here to see what people think of Hardee's new cinnamon pull-aparts.
So do I just pull it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. I could pull one off at work.
My mother and my brother pulling it off.
What'd you think?
Wow.
That's really good.
Yeah, like if I'm going hunting with the guys, I could see myself pulling one off in the woods.
Be like, hey, let's have a pull fest.
With 8 sweet pulls, they're fun to share. Introducing made-from-scratch cinnamon pull-aparts, covered in cinnamon, sugar, and drizzled with icing. Only at Hardee's.
Hey, Billy, how goes it?
Hey, man, I'm stranded. You think you can come pick me up?
Where you at?
Route 13, 50 miles out.
I'm kind of busy right now. It's going to be a little bit.
Awesome.
Why was US Cellular built to work way out here? Because being stuck in the middle of nowhere should be up to your buddy, not your spotty wireless provider. With more 4G LTE coverage in Iowa than AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile combined, you get national coverage that works harder locally. US Cellular. Hello, better.
Like a winning team.
My team depends on me. And my team is 50,000 strong.
Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team. A winning team. The action team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
Along with our producer, Pete Macheska, our director, Bill Webb, Joe, Harold, Tom, Aaron Andrews, and Kenny Rosenthal, who's standing by with the Commissioner, Bud Selig.
Thanks, Joe. Commissioner, your last All-Star game as Commissioner. What do you consider your greatest accomplishment?
Well, I think overall the economic changes that have produced what I call competitive balance, say the greatest in baseball history, and the changes were painful and it took a while, but it's led to wonderful, wonderful balance. And you look at the standings today, Ken. I mean, every division is really close, and some have 4-team races, and so baseball is always resistant to change, but when you look at all the changes plus the wild cards and everything else, we're a long way from where we were in 1992.
At the same time, you know this, it hasn't always been a smooth ride.
Oh, you're right.
What is the one thing you wish you had done differently?
I don't know that I could have done anything different, but I will say that the 94 World Series, you know, we had a work stoppage. It was the 8th work stoppage in my baseball career. You probably could see it coming, and now I'm proud of the fact we've had 22 years of labor peace. But do I wish somehow there would have been a way to stop that? I do. I've thought long and hard about that. But I would hope at least that everybody learned their lessons and we've moved on. But that was very painful.
Commissioner, thank you very much. Joe, back to you.
Kenny, thank you. And you can see in the box with the Commissioner, the great Hank Aaron, Frank Robinson, and Tony La Russa, who's one of a great group of both players and managers going into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown in less than 2 weeks as Yu Darvish takes over in a 1-run game here in the 3rd inning. The big right-hander brings it, and it's over with low ball 1 to Yasiel Puig.
You know, of all the guys we've talked about tonight with the pitching so far, this guy may have the nastiest stuff. He's got about 8 pitches that he throws.
Well, he's difficult to catch. I was laughing before he started to warm up. Perez went out to the mound to talk to Darvish. That was quite a long conversation. Walked away, then Darvish called him back. I think there were a few more pitches that they didn't cover.
Throws a fastball, a cutter, a split, a change, a curveball, an eephus, and I got to create another one because I said 8.
1-1 pitch. The old Texas two-seamer.
Just don't say gyro ball.
Yeah, the gyro ball. When do we get to see that?
We're still waiting.
I was going to throw a wiffle ball in there, but that's okay. That works.
2 balls and a strike on Yasiel, who obviously burst onto the big league scene last year for the Dodgers, who got so hot, had that 42-8 run. This ball is not caught by Batista. He got near the wall, then made kind of an awkward leap. And let's see, he just missed it altogether.
Yeah, he just missed it. I think the one thing, too, you know, the wall's there, and he's coming back from an injury. That's a ball I'm sure he thought he should have caught. He should have caught that ball.
His Blue Jays at the break are 4 games out behind the Orioles. Yankees are 5 out, with Tampa Bay and the Red Sox 9.5 out.
Everybody in Toronto holding their breath on that dive and that jump to the wall right there, though.
Now a 2-2 pitch to Yasiel. Another foul. Well, his first month, he let everybody know just what he was bringing with him from the minor leagues. Had 44 hits, which was second to Joe DiMaggio with his 48 back in May of '36. His first month in the big leagues. Hit 7 home runs. And he really helped throw the Dodgers forward, kind of slung him on his back. Here's a 2-2.
Sure did. I mean, to go back to Tom talking about the excitement of the young players, this guy's must-see TV.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what impressed me, though, Harold. In spring training, Don Mattingly asked Puig, when you're done playing, how do you want people to remember you? And he said, I want them to think of me the way they think of Derek Jeter.
3-2. Breaking ball struck him out. Ooh. Borderline pitch. Darvish gets the call. And 1 away here in the top of the 3rd.
A little bit of flinch there. I don't blame him on that breaking ball. Comes back over the inside corner.
That ball's not getting back. You know, I understand it's an all-star game. That's why he's not arguing. But that's the regular season. We might see Puig put up a little more fight. He saw the ball. He had a great at-bat. He fouled off pitches. He saw that pitch the whole way.
So with 1 out, batter's Tulowitzki, and that's a ball. Troy in his 9th year in Colorado. He has the 2nd highest OPS, which is on base plus slugging percentage, by a National League shortstop before the All-Star break since 1935. Archie Vaughn. That's the kind of year he's putting together. But injuries hit Colorado hard early. And the Rockies check in. And at the break, 13 out.
I mean, look at those numbers. 175 home runs since 2007.
And don't give me that he plays in the lighter air in Denver. I mean, yeah, that's part of it. But this guy, he can hit anywhere.
I'm with you. We're talking about one of the elite players, touched on that already. But this guy can hit anywhere. And he's an organizational and a division changer. You know, if the Rockies continue to sputter the way they have, it'll be interesting to see if his name comes up in trade talks. He can change the direction of an organization, what he can bring back, and also what he does on the field for the team he goes to.
1-2. That just floats in. Crowd liked it behind home plate. Tulowitzki dialed in, took it.
I mean, he couldn't have gotten a speeding ticket with this pitch. Talk about getting a long look at a pitch. You got bored waiting for that to cross the plate.
That's one of the 7 or 8.
Yeah, it is.
Here's a 2-2. Outside, checked his swing, and back-to-back full counts.
Boy, and that was dirty right there. That little slider on the back corner. Nasty.
So it's Tulowitzki now, and then Goldschmidt waits on deck. And then we're going to start getting into probably after the bottom of this inning when those big bats come up, the top of the order. Bench time. And the reserve players. 3-2 pitch. That's hit in the air to left. Trout coming to get it. 2 out.
Nobody closes on a ball better than Mike Trout in baseball. I don't think. Watching him, I know he's in left tonight. And he played a little left last year, obviously, when they had Borges in center. But watch this game speed, real time. Watch how quick he closes. most guys are diving or sliding for this ball. And to watch him when he's in center to cut a ball off like that, he closes on a ball as good as anybody.
Jersey kid, now playing in Southern California, and signed a big deal. Couldn't walk away from that offer from the Angels. Here's a line drive caught by Cano, who does everything nonchalant as he just makes the catch. Almost took his glove off the bat of Goldschmidt. Bottom of the third inning. Top of the order coming up. That means Jeter, Trout, and Cano. ALF1.
What's going on up there?
Welcome home, Chuck. This is all for you.
Oh. Are you serious? Welcoming Lieutenant Chuck Nag home.
Most humans only use 10% of their brain. Now let's discuss a special case. Lucy.
What happens when she reaches 100%?
I have no idea.
Lucy, rated R.
What's a born maker made from? From calloused hands, strong backs, from the shoulders of giants, from small steps and giant leaps, big ideas, sharp minds, from steel resolve, from blood, sweat, and gears. All the things that make a born maker made this. A car with swagger, intelligence, soul. A car that proves a well-made sedan doesn't have to cross an ocean to be worthy of the American road. We are born makers. We made this. The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Things have changed.
In a friendly competition, when does the mercy rule come into effect? New Fusion Pro Glide, rebuilt with FlexBall technology, makes maximum contact and gets virtually every hair. Gillette.
AT&T introduces the rugged Galaxy S5 Active. Stands up to most everything, within reason. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that's not, no. Yeah? Yes. Get it for $0 down from AT&T.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Here's to Budweiser. Here's to baseball.
Now batting for the American League from the New York Yankees.
The captain.
A great teammate.
Mr. November. I had his poster on my wall. I wear number 2 because of him. He took me deep for number 3,000. Fight time champion. He's the real king.
Number 2, Derek Jeter.
Hey, but there's one youngster here playing tonight, Todd Frazier with the Reds. He got to know Derek Jeter. 98, he won a Little League World Series. And he got to be the honorary. Their team went to New York. He got to stand next to the captain because he was the shortstop on that team. 75 years of Little League Baseball they're celebrating this year, but what a cool moment for Todd Frazier.
Jeter doubled, scored a run. Frazier, by the way, in that Little League World Series, hit 600 with 4 home runs. That's why he got to be the rep.
He was a beast. He was pitching, he was playing short, everything. Tom's River, New Jersey. The Beast is what they were called, the Beast of the East. I was doing a Little League then. That was a fun time.
Here's Alfredo Simon. And Tom, this guy was so good filling in with injuries in the Reds rotation, specifically Matt Latos, that once he came back, they had to keep him around. Now he's an all-star.
Give him credit. He saw an opening. He's bounced between the bullpen and rotation. He said, I want to start. And took advantage. You see there the hard sinker. He's the epitome of what we're seeing in the game today. The sinker-cutter combination. Hard, low. You don't know whether it's going to cut or run on you. He has mastered that combination.
Takes over for Kershaw, who pitched a perfect inning with a strikeout. Here's a 1-2. 5 rings, and here in his 14th and last appearance in the Midsummer Classic, you have to respect the captain, Derek Jeter, as he digs in for what is likely his final at bat of this game. Doubled and scored his first time up. 2-2 pitch from Simon. That keeps him alive as he got a piece. Harold, you played the game for a long time, 2-time All-Star. Jeter was the guy as Greinke gets loose. That Game 7, 9th inning, bases loaded, 2 out. You want the ball hit to this guy, and he wants the ball hit to him to end a World Series.
No doubt, and you want him at the plate as well. That's why he's been such a great player.
Full count.
Some guys can just stop the moment and ask it to come to them and rise to the occasion. And that's why I say when greatness is upon you, you recognize it and enjoy it. It's been a joy to watch him play for these 20 years and all the moments he's given us.
Full count pitch from Simon on the way. That's in the air to right, falling fast. He is 2 for 2. A double, a single, and he's on here to start the 3rd. He's now got 13 All-Star game hits. He was the MVP of the All-Star game back in 2000.
Well, we got a shot at his dad right there, his nephew Jalen on his lap. See Derek swing again, Tom, the classic little Derek Jeter inside out.
It's a very unique swing. The left elbow kind of leads. But I remember years ago Don Mattingly telling me, watch his head. No one keeps their head on the baseball longer than Derek Jeter does, and he's always done that. Watch his head here. Stay on the baseball.
And as I saw that ball fall in, Joe, last week in Cleveland, he got his, think about this, the ball gets by, he goes to second. His 1,000 multi-hit game. And another multi-hit game tonight.
Well, that's how you pile up over 3,400 career hits, and you're the Yankees' all-time hit leader. He's got a double, a single tonight. '96 Rookie of the Year. He has won 5 rings. He's at second, nobody out after the wild pitch, and a strike is into Mike Trout.
You know, that swing thing about Derek, it's so unique that you really can't duplicate it. And a lot of people talk about keep your hands inside the baseball and all those things. I remember talking to Wade Boggs years ago, and so many guys from that time, you learn how to hit based on what's happening in your backyard playing wiffle ball.
There's a strike from Simon, 1-2.
And Wade would take that ball inside out, and I wanted to do that forever. And I said, is that your natural swing? He said, well, yeah. The only way I could hit a home run in the backyard, we had hedges that would take you inside out, like that man we just showed, Rod Carew.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Trout just got a piece.
You know, you're talking about Todd Frazier. I don't know that I can recall any other player except Derek Jeter who influenced more children and kids playing the game growing up than Derek Jeter. There's Frazier right there, the man in the batter's box. Mike Trout was a shortstop growing up in New Jersey, idolizing Derek Jeter. Of course, Dee Gordon, as a 12-year-old, hung around the Yankee clubhouse. His dad, Tom Gordon, was on the Yankee team, modeled his game after Derek Jeter.
Here's one down the line and left. It is caught, and a nice running grab by Gomez. Good play for a loud out number 1.
I'll tell you what, we're looking at a center fielder playing left. That was amazing. Closing.
So now Cano. 6th All-Star game for Robinson Cano. And he is the first American League second baseman to start 5 straight All-Star games since Robbie Alomar from 1996 through the year 2000.
You know, just to continue that thought, I'm sure I could go all night about Jeter, but think about Eric Ibar. Where's number 2? Because the only games he got in the Dominican Republic were Yankee games.
Well, I think what's unique too, Tom, is that I'm sure Mickey Mantle influenced a lot of people, but you didn't see him play. You know, so I couldn't patent my game after Mickey Mantle if you lived in that time, unless you lived in that area. Derek has been in the renaissance of the generation that we're in, where every game's on TV now, or it's on the internet or different things. So you've been able to really follow his career, and his influence has reached outside of that New York area. Not to mention they're in a lot of World Series.
That's the thing. He was a regular part of October programming.
Here's a 1-0 pitch. Strike one on Cano, who struck out his first time. That was against Adam Wainwright. Jeter was, you could just see it all over his face. He was appreciative of the standing ovation and what the other players on the field did during his first at bat, but he was almost reluctant to really embrace it and couldn't wait to get in the batter's box and just play baseball. Strike two.
Yeah, a lot of people wondered, why did he announce his retirement so early? He's going to have to deal with all the publicity all season long. But if there's anybody who calculates everything he does and knows ahead of time with foresight as to what might happen, it's Derek. He's lived in a fishbowl his whole life. Think about it, his professional life anyway. So he was well aware of all the things that were going to come with this announcement early, and we see that he was going to be ahead of him.
Here's a 1-2. A strikeout for Simon, and out number 2. It'll bring in Miguel Cabrera, who did this in the first. And so close to a souvenir out and left.
He's going to be kicking himself for a lifetime. My goodness. He had a Miguel Cabrera home run in the All-Star game. They couldn't hold on.
Good thing his buddy could hold on to him. That's outside for ball 1. How about our T-Mobile changing the game of wireless? And now for tonight's game changer, Miguel Cabrera. Mentioned first Triple Crown winner since 1967. He's won 3 straight American League batting titles. First Tiger to do that since Ty Cobb. 2-time AL MVP, the reigning AL MVP, and he can do that. Down the line and right, slicing foul. He's got power to right at times like a left-handed pull hitter.
And that's why you put up the numbers he's put up and been able to win a batting title, RBI title, and a home run title.
You saw him pull his hands in and hit that home run in the left field. Ball away, take it away. There are times he wants to put on a show at batting practice at BP. You know that basketball game around the world? He will do that hitting home runs and literally go from the right field line to the left field line with home runs.
1-1. That was Miguel who made that noise.
Yeah. He saw a pitch that hung and he knew he had it. Oh my goodness.
Now in the hole 1 and 2 as Simon gets away with a mistake. You don't get away with many of those against Miguel Cabrera. I don't care, All-Star game or not. Wow. Leadoff hit by Jeter. And then with Jeter down at second on a wild pitch, Trout hit it hard into the corner and left for an out, and then Cano struck out.
He's yelling in the other dugout. These guys are so loose. They have so much fun playing. This guy in particular, Miguel Cabrera, has, I think, the most fun of anybody in baseball. And now he's back at first base. He's an ambassador, talking to everybody who comes down there. It's like Sean Casey, the mayor, just always yakking.
Here's the 2-2 outside with Batista on deck. You say it about Cabrera, you can say it against anybody. He hits the best pitcher's best pitch.
Yeah.
There aren't many guys who are in that category.
You're right. That's the magic of how great he is.
3-2 pitch. He lines it right to Tulowitzki. And that loud out ends the inning. Let's go to the 4th inning in Minneapolis. Beautiful night, great ballpark, Target Field, 3-2 AL.
You know that dream?
Hey.
Where you're the hero?
You guys mind warming this little fella up for me? I'm gonna go back down. I saw some recyclables.
Make it happen with Verizon XLTE.
Find a car service.
We've doubled our 4G LTE bandwidth in cities coast to coast.
We've got a spike in temperature.
So save the day.
I got this. Oh yeah, I see your spaceship's broken.
With XLTE on the largest, most reliable network. Get 50% off all new smartphones like the LG G3.
In 3 days,
I need fire and rescue.
Disney's Plays Fire and Rescue is thrilling family entertainment.
What do you say we kick it up a notch?
It's smoking hot, the biggest surprise of the summer.
You're invited.
Plays Fire and Rescue in 3D Friday, rated PG.
Are you okay, Mom? Yes, I am.
Life insurance from New York Life can help your family keep good going.
Hey, throw me a Pepsi.
The cooler!
Introducing new wild cherry and vanilla Pepsi made with real sugar.
Gotcha! Who wants a drink?
A real big summer starts with new flavors of Pepsi made with real sugar. Grab some before it gets away.
Get the Pepsi!
Now, Arm & Hammer dials fresh all the way up to our freshest ever with Clean Sensations detergent. Boosted with baking soda plus nature-inspired scents, it gives you a brilliant clean plus a vibrant freshness that lasts. Clean Sensations. Love it or your money back.
At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, you'll discover what happens when we cut corners. The corners of test tracks. Where we engineered our most track-tested line of performance vehicles ever. The result, our gold standard of performance. And the only place you'll find it is at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event for a limited time. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Top of the 4th inning rolls in. New pitcher for the American League is Chris Sale, the left-hander from the Chicago White Sox. And here's the moment for Derek Jeter.